for, but just how'd you guys kind of approach this past bye week, especially in light of having had one a couple weeks prior?
Like I said, we stayed with pretty similar to what we've done over the past, some small adjustments. But things that we had also done in previous years was we put the game to rest on Monday and brought the guys in and watched the film and had them lift. We practiced Tuesday. We did not practice Wednesday, just based on giving an extra, decided to give them another day's rest, this time of year mentally and physically, and then practiced on Thursday and ran the lift on Friday again, and then practiced last night and thought we had a good spirited practice last night.
I know you guys have liked to do the Sunday night practices and having Monday off, coming off a bye week. I think you've done it in the past too. What is it about that schedule for the week that you really like?
Well, biggest thing, Michael, is giving them off. Usually you play on Saturdays, so Sundays and our chosen day off in the 7-day NCAA rules. But by not going on, giving them Saturday off as a team, we just feel it's good to get them back out, and we've, even through fall camp, we have good spirited practices in the evening, and it has worked for us that we bring them in on Sunday, get some things done, and then give them today off as their day off for the weekend. And we like it. I think the players have liked it. They've understood the reasoning behind it, and we decided to stay with it. So really don't practice. There's no football activity on Friday or Saturday. So to give them Sunday off completely, we just feel that you get into 3 days of that, you're risking being a little more rusty and out of sync than you want to be.
And you mentioned moving on from the K-State game. Just how do you feel like the players were able to put that in the past and look ahead throughout the course of the bye week?
How were they able to?
How did you feel like they did in terms of focusing?
I tell you guys, I can't tell you how proud I am of this football team, of how they've stuck together, how they've through frustration and disappointment, they continue to work hard and be coachable. They continue to see that the margin is very small and own it, that we haven't made the plays at the right opportunities, and we've let some things slip by, but at the same time they continue to work hard and see that winning football is not far from our grasp.
And then in terms of the team during the bye week, did you guys have a point of emphasis during when you guys did practice, or was it more big
we kind
picture?
of went through some things that we continue to work on. We'll instill some more situational football like we continue to do, and things that present themselves, and review coaching points and things in all 3 phases that have crept up at times that have not gone our way, and we'll continue to do those situational things.
You guys have won your last 3 games coming off of bye weeks. What do you attribute that success to?
I just, hopefully it's just been, through, I don't want to say this schedule, those would be the things, but hopefully the routine and the focus and resetting ourselves at a point to go out and play well, and hopefully be a little fresher than we've been at other times. And again, we got a huge challenge with a ranked football team coming in here, and this will be another test of that coming off a bye week. And I don't know if we've had two open weeks like this in a season before. I don't remember it that way, and we'll see where we're at. But obviously, we've had decent success off of it, and hopefully it can repeat itself.
You mentioned that Trevor Wilson had one of the best games of his career against Kansas State. How has he continued to build off of that? And
again, Trevor's a guy that we've always felt has had a lot of talent. We said it before. He's shown himself in the return game at times, and also as a deep threat. I think the thing that's probably catching people's eyes, and including mine, is I think this is the most contested catches that I've seen him make in traffic and things. And anytime a player has those type of things happen in back-to-back weeks and things, you see their confidence rise, and you hope you have a chance to continue to get them the ball.
And then what have you seen from Iowa State?
Again, Matt Campbell and his staff is, Matt's one of the better football coaches in this country, and he's been recognized as that, and then rightfully so well coached. physical football team that continues to get better each and every week. They play well within themselves. They know what they want to do. They lead the nation in the conference, or if not leading the nation, they're tops in the country in a lot of statistics, top in our conference a lot. I know Saturday's game didn't go the way they had hoped at the end, but again, it's going to be a team that's going to come in here and want to put themselves back on track. They have a chance to compete yet to be in the conference championship. They're still in the playoff conversation, and it'll be a huge test for us. You know, they continue to operate offensively with a lot of different weapons. They have 2 outstanding receivers that they focus to get the ball to, 3 running backs that have been highly productive, all about, you know, close to the same in yardage per season, 2 very physical backs, and a guy that's a change of pace back. Rocco Beck you continue to see. I knew probably the question would be some of it. You don't want to say he's a good game manager because that always takes away from one's talents, but he has great command of what they're doing offensively. You can tell he's very confident in what he's supposed to do. He gets the ball where he needs to. He's a running threat. He keeps plays alive. And you see a young man that's extremely confident in executing what they do. And probably also holistically the best tight end core that we've seen. They play with a lot of tight ends, 4 tight ends on the field at one time. So again, multiple formations, motion shifts as well. That creates issues. Defensively, they've always been one of the better defenses in our conference. They execute their scheme extremely well. They're physical. They utilize guys and rotate guys. And again, much like when we talked about K-State, they rotate enough guys to have depth and keep guys fresh for 4 quarters.
Lance, you guys have beat Iowa State twice in a row. When you look back at those games, anything stand out to what you did in those games?
You know, again, you know, we've been able to make plays at key times. Last year's game, I think, you know, we answered, you know, a score with a score at a big time of the game to kind of flip momentum. And again, explosively, we've been able to move the ball at times in you know, with our play action and doing things. Running the ball will be difficult, but I know it's something that'll be challenging, that we got to be able to have a run game in this Saturday for us to have success. Again, those have been great fought games. I'm sure they remember them as well as we do, and expect it to be another one on Saturday.
You look at what Matt Campbell's done there, a lot of consistency, little dip, then back. How hard is that to get it to a point and then get it back to a
Well,
point?
again, there was a thing, you know, Matt's done such an outstanding job, you know, building that program, and he's done it in the way of his culture and beliefs of building a football program for not just periodic success, but sustained success. And again, as you know, they had a down year, and everybody kind of forgot about them and kind of wrote them off as it was going. And then all of a sudden, last year, he put them right back into it. And now has them ranked and again competing for a championship. And it's a testament to him and his staff and how they go about it. I have much respect for them, like I said earlier. And we know that they'll be ready to bounce back this week.
I know you guys don't look to games that aren't on the schedule and that kind of thing, but postseason play is every team's goal, I think, when the season starts. Do you make anything of the urgency of just the math equation now, knowing you need 4 wins to get there and you have 4 games left?
Our guys know.
Yeah.
They know that. They know how many you need to win and what you do. We've talked about where it's at, and I know we have guys that are focused on doing everything we can to win out here and give us the opportunities to play more football.
Is it possible a boost comes from that, just the urgency?
You know, I think they know where it's been, you know, each and every week where it's kind of put us, and again, you start putting it that way. I don't want to put us in a pressing situation either. It's a balance for me and how we approach that. Like you said, we don't like talking about a lot of things that aren't there, but they know. I think there's a lot of things, you know, that guys can talk about what they want to do and what their goals can be, and we know how important that for us to have those opportunities, what this game means, and everyone here down the stretch.
Lance, just kind of a more general question. The Big Ten and the SEC have adopted these injury availability reports. Would you ever be in favor of something like that for the Big 12?
if it's mandated, yeah, I guess, I don't know if it's, you know, if that's what, I always look at as many things we do is I talk to our administration a lot. When, whatever we're doing, if it's apples to apples, then I'm all for it. I don't know if you know, if it's for wagering purposes or what is it for, I'm not really sure what's the need. I'm not really sure. You know, I guess it may prevent everybody from standing at the midfield checking off who's at the game and who's not for everybody. But, you know, again, I wouldn't be surprised if we get there sooner than later within the league.
We've talked a few times about Devin and his impact broadly on the program. He's close to breaking the all-time rushing yards record. Just reflecting on his career, do you have a favorite performance that he's put on for you guys so far?
Oh, I don't know. Sometimes those go into my short-term memory so much. They just to me, it's the person each and every day, and what he's given this program. As I've said before, we all know in this room what kind of person he is. His contributions off the field. What I'll always remember is the guy who walks in the building every day and you know, from where he was as a freshman to where he is now as a confident young adult is probably impresses me most. There's probably some runs here and there that will always stick out of, you know, some of his ability and vision, stopping and starting, some of those that kind of put us in a great spot. But I think it's just the whole collection of what his career's been for this university.
And for a running back room that does have younger guys in it, like Harry or Johnny, how important has it been for them to be able to learn from someone that has done it at such a high level?
I think it's extremely important for any of our younger players to watch our older players go through it, but especially in that room. Johnny and Harry get to see a guy every day that comes in with a humble attitude, wanting to get better, watching how he takes care of himself, how he prepares and watches films, the questions, how he remains coachable. Again, how he helps them out by what he sees, when he talks about things that he learned. I probably said it here before, and when you ask me things about Devin that I'll remember, I remember just how quickly it caught my eye his freshman year when he was in Jonathan Wallace's office in between meetings and practice during fall camp, trying to get a better understanding the offense, protection schemes and that, and it wasn't surprising that he became a starter so quickly because he took the time to really want to learn and get better. And when you try to pass along some of those things, it's the extra things that you have to do if you want to be successful. That the hours in the day or the hours that NCAA gives you isn't enough. It's just like if you, we always tell our guys that just like when we all went to school and in college, you know, you just can't go to the lecture and listen and then go take the test. You've got to be able to open the book and do stuff on your own that allow you to learn the material and learn it correctly. And that's sometimes what you have to teach young players. And but we didn't have to teach him. He took it upon himself from day one.
Obviously, as you enter this stretch of games where you play against a lot of tough teams and opponents, and then Baylor, who's kind of red hot, is there anything you're looking to see specifically besides winning, of course?
Well, of course, I want to see us to continue to play at a level where no one questions our effort. We want to execute better at the key moments, as I've been saying for many weeks. You know, we continue to see that winning is not easy, and the difference in winning and losing is a few plays. And I can continue to put ourselves in a position to play winning football. I think our guys understand that. They want to get it done. I want to continue to see us to see the improvement that we've seen in certain areas and increase the improvement in the areas that we quite have not yet.
Anything else, Coach?
Thank you.